Hi, I'm Teresa Frosini.
And I'm Kyle Noonan, and this is Local Fare.
It's the show where we visit DFW area restaurants and find out what's hot and what's not in the world of food by asking 3 everyday diners to suggest their favorite restaurant, then have the other 2 go for a visit and tell us what they think.
That's right, we don't use professional restaurant critics, we use real people with real opinions. We've got a fresh group of restaurants prepared, so let's see what's cooking this week, right here on Local Fare. As always, we're here at Bowl and Barrel, which is a perfect spot for our reviewers to talk about this week's restaurants. So here's Teresa with this week's guests.
Okay, so this week we've brought in 3 people from the DFW area who suggested their favorite restaurant for others to go visit, come back here, and tell us what they think. Our guests this week are Sean Shelby, a network specialist from Dallas who suggested Grub Burger Bar. Stephanie Casey, a creative producer from Lakewood, who suggested Nami food truck, and Julia Landrum, a strategy and operations consultant from Dallas, who wanted the group to try True Food Kitchen.
Our first location melds together a modern atmosphere with great food, and it's perfect for satisfying your burger craving.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Lute, the CEO and founder of Grub Burger Bar in Dallas, Texas. We really wanted to have a great burger, and that's where it starts. But then also, not everyone wants a burger every single day. So we've got an outstanding turkey burger, and then we've got a Greek chicken burger. We've got a veggie burger that's got tabbouleh, but then also we've got some really fantastic salads. We have shakes, and we've got several different types. And we also have spike shakes. One of the most popular is the bourbon and caramel. It's really simple, but delicious. We have handcrafted drinks. We've got some really, really good margaritas. We've got a really strong craft beer program, and they're all local. We've got some really high-end wines, and we've got some regular wines too. Grub is actually an acronym, and it stands for good people, real food, unique vibe, and big flavors. Everything's from scratch. It's chef driven. That's the point of grinding the beef every day, baking the buns every hour. It's not just a burger place. You can get some really, really cutting edge, chef driven quality food at a good value.
Okay, Sean, tell me about Grub Burger Bar.
So we first noticed it a few months ago. It's a really great burger place over on Greenville Avenue, and they've got a variety of different types of burgers that I'd never seen before, and I think that's what sort of attracted me to them to begin with.
So you've tried a few of their burgers. Do you have a favorite one that you like the most?
I think the Voodoo Burger is definitely one of the most.
Voodoo Burger, yeah. That sounds interesting. What is it?
It is. It's got, you know what? I haven't inquired too deeply because I think the magic speaks for itself.
The magic is not knowing.
Well, you said there was a side that you liked a lot.
There was. Oh, the side was amazing. The luau fries are a must try. Yeah.
Luau fries. Now, what did you ask that, or is that magical as well?
So,
is everything a secret
so
there?
You have a massive, massive plate of French fries topped with cheddar cheese, barbecue brisket, and then the unique thing about them is they have slices of pineapple kind of mixed in.
There's
so
the luau. Now, did you try the luau French fries?
No, I got their vegetarian burger, which is one I've never seen before. It's a take on a Mediterranean dish, so it's made out of chickpea and eggplant, and then it has red onion and a red pepper aioli, and lettuce and I think arugula, some other things, but they basically stacked it with goat cheese, made it a Mediterranean style burger. It was good, it was interesting, like very different from the usual veggie burger.
Now, did you do any sides with it?
I got sweet potato fries. And I will say my one complaint is that they have all this creative menu stuff that they've developed, but then they only sort of have typical corn syrup sides of, you know, mass-produced ketchup and mustard. So I wish that they had dips that they made there also.
Some special sauces.
Yeah,
okay.
for the fries and stuff.
Good idea, right there. There's a marketing idea for them. All right, Julia, what did you have? I hear you going, oh, I was going to get that too. I was going to try that.
No, you know, and I've been there twice, but I had a really hard time deciding because so many things sounded good. But I got I think it was like Old Boy Blue. That's Our Boy Blue or something.
Okay.
So it's a blue cheese burger, and that was awesome. And then the second time I went, I got the turkey burger that was bacon. You can never go wrong with bacon.
You can never go wrong with bacon.
Unless you don't eat meat. But, and then avocado and some kind of aioli, and that was really awesome too, and I ate the whole thing.
Did you have any sides with yours?
I took my children there with me, and they love apples, and so they had apples on the side, and they were really good apples. Like, you know, sometimes you go and apples are on the side, and they're like the red delicious apples that aren't really delicious.
Right.
But they were, But they were really good, you know, high quality apples. And then we had French fries, cheese fries, and sweet potato fries.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
All right, let's rank this one. How, on a scale from 1 to 5, what number would you give it?
Can I use halves?
Absolutely. You can
Maybe
use
like
quarters.
3.5.
All right, 3.5?
Yeah.
And what was your favorite thing you had there?
The blue cheeseburger
Blue
for sure.
cheeseburger was the best. Okay, Stephanie, how about for you?
I'd probably give it a 3 for the way that I eat. And the burger was very interesting. I would not go back there purposefully for that, but if I was in the area and very hungry, I would definitely go get it again.
Gotcha. Okay. Obviously, this was your choice. So, Sean, what would you rank this one and what's your favorite?
I would rate it a 4. I like what they have, and I didn't mention the amazing adult milkshakes that they have.
Okay.
The bourbon and caramel milkshake alone, I think, is at least a star on that level. So,
I love it. All right. Perfect. Thanks so much for recommending it. When we come back, we'll visit a place that calls itself Cruisin' Vietnamese Fusion.
It's just a really good environment to come out and bring out the family and just kind of enjoy the downtown area of Dallas.
If you're looking for a truly unique entertainment experience, look no further than Bowl & Barrel, Dallas' only modern American restaurant and tavern complete with 15 state-of-the-art bowling lanes. Whether it's a casual date, a private party, or a corporate event, Bowl & Barrel is a great way to spend an afternoon or evening and the place everyone will be talking about the next day. Great food, great drinks, and great bowling. What are you waiting for? Let's roll! Bowl & Barrel, 8084 Park Lane, Dallas.
Welcome to Escondida, my hill country inn on Medina Mountain. It's a place where you can walk in the woods, spend a day in the world-class spa, or just relax by the pool. You'll love the beautiful, spacious rooms, the great food, and the peace and quiet. Come by yourself, with friends, or with that special person in your life. Escondida Resort and Spa. The hard part isn't getting here, it's leaving.
Next week on Local Fare. Sides are so good in addition to their meats, and I think that what they set out to do, they've nailed.
And it had it all. I walked in, they were playing Otis Redding, which to me is like, check.
Their food is just phenomenal. Consistency is just amazing.
And don't you think that's a mark of a good restaurant too, is where you see things that you want to eat that you don't get the chance to eat, so you go back?
It's all next week on Local Fare.
Welcome back to Local Fare, where we take 3 regular DFW diners, have them suggest their favorite restaurant, then have the other 2 go for a visit, and then they all come back here and tell us what they think. Stephanie Casey says the Nami food truck doesn't reinvent the banh mi, but it does share its unique take on this Vietnamese classic.
Hi, my name is Gary.
I'm Tina.
And we're the co-owners of Nami Food Truck. You can find us at namitruck.com or at Clyde Warren Park Thursdays through Sundays from 11 to 8. We specialize in Vietnamese cuisine. We call it Vietnamese fusion. Our specialty is banh mi, which is a Vietnamese sandwich. It's a 12-inch baguette. We put cucumbers, jalapeno. We homemade our garlic mayo spread on there, and then we do a sweet pickled daikon and carrots along with cilantro. And then you get your choice of meat, which is either barbecue pork, which is our top seller, a honey grilled pork, which is a little more savory, lemongrass chicken, or a ginger soy tofu. Other than the sandwiches, we also specialize in our rice bowls, and then we do what we call Asian tacos. It's kind of like a little bit of a Asian flair to it. It's a soft corn tortilla. Comes with all of the same vegetables, same ingredients, same meat choices, and it's just with the tortilla instead of with a baguette. The rice is going to be a white steamed jasmine rice, and then on top of that we also sell a basil mint lemonade and a Vietnamese iced coffee.
Okay, Stephanie, I'm so excited for this one. It's our very first food truck.
That's really great.
Okay,
yeah.
so tell me about Nami food truck.
So Nami, I go and like to do yoga in the park on Saturday and Sunday mornings. They have it at 10 a.m. And then afterwards, getting a banh mi at the Nami truck is a really fabulous idea to totally cancel out the yoga I just did.
Now, it sounds healthy, but I don't know what it is. What's a banh mi?
A banh mi, I get a tofu banh mi. So it's a Vietnamese sandwich that has basically a French bread roll and then tons of veg in it. And I get it with tofu, which they sort of deep fry it and put a bunch of sauce on it. So it's not so healthy, but delicious, delicious, and just piled. I can usually take half of it home for later.
Nice.
So it's delicious. It's really fun right there in the park, and they travel around a bit too.
Now, are there other things that they have there, or is it mainly sandwich type
They have sandwiches, bowls, and tacos, and you pick your protein and stuff. I get even my banh mi's general and everywhere. I get them without aioli because that makes it soggy, and I like extra sriracha. I like very spicy, so I even kill that and just kind of have all veg. But I think these guys tried some alternative proteins.
Yeah, most places I've had banh mi, and I've had a lot of them around Dallas. It's a lot of bread in proportion to everything else. Like you have a big bakery sort of baguette, and then you have sort of judicious amounts of little everything else. You know, Nami really just piles it in.
What did you have when you were there?
So my friend who I went with got a banh mi, but I got it was a really hot day at Clyde Warren Park, and I got the lemongrass chicken rice bowl. And it was like the jasmine and everything, the rice, it was really like kind of light and refreshing. I mean, it probably wasn't super healthy, but it was so fresh.
The cilantro, it's not buried in oil, you know, none of the stuff is. It's still very fresh
and super fresh, the cabbage and the cilantro and everything, you could taste all the flavors, which from a food truck, not what you would expect. And then I have to mention the lemonade. They have this basil mint lemonade.
Oh, so good.
So refreshing and delicious, especially in the heat.
Especially, I was going to say Texas summer.
On a night.
And so you had the tea, or the lemonade.
I did have the lemonade.
And then what did you have to eat?
I had the barbecue pork banh mi with pretty much everything on it.
So it sounds fantastic. Are there other things that they have besides that? Are there other like sides or anything, or is that pretty much? It sounds like that's your whole thing because it's a lot of food.
The meal, and then you can get the drink, and they have some sort of chips and other Asian snacks that you can get.
But why when you have everything else?
Exactly, and it's a lot. So you don't need.
And it is really fresh. You know, it's nice. A lot of the food trucks have greasier fare, and Nami stuff is not greasy at all.
Excellent. All right, let's rate this one. I'll start with you, Julia. Scale from 1 to 5.
I mean, especially for a food truck. For a food truck, I'd say 4.5. For a regular restaurant, I'd say like a 4. I mean, it was great. I loved it. I was really excited.
And you had the chicken, which you loved. You thought that was, obviously that's the only thing that you had then.
Yeah, it was great. I did try my friend's banh mi. I grabbed a fork, and she had the like honey barbecue, and it was really good as well.
Nice. Sean, how about for you? What would you rate this?
I would give it a 4.
Okay.
The only reason I was kind of wavering there is because I did have a pretty long wait in line. It was like a 20-minute wait in line, another 5-6 minutes wait.
It is a food truck in a park.
No, it is.
It's like one guy.
Expected. But, you know, when you're like cooking under the sun, it's like every minute is going by kind of slow.
Again, back to the lemonade.
No, I mean the food and the service really was. It was good.
Excellent.
So I give it a 4. They were,
All right, so I know
for me, it's a 5 for a food truck. I would do the same. I would say more like a 4.5 for a restaurant. They have something for every diet. If you're vegan, vegetarian, if you want to eat a lot of meat, spicy, not spicy, it's quick, they're nice, and it's delicious and healthy.
All right, thanks for recommending it. All right, thanks for recommending it. When we come back, we'll visit a place that wants to make you feel better, live longer, and make your mouth happy in the process.
You know, we're not adding all these different things into an item. You're literally getting what that dish tastes like.
If you're looking for a truly unique entertainment experience, look no further than Bowl & Barrel, Dallas' only modern American restaurant and tavern complete with 15 state-of-the-art bowling lanes. Whether it's a casual date, a private party, or a corporate event, Bowl & Barrel is a great way to spend an afternoon or evening, and the place everyone will be talking about the next day. Great food, great drinks, and great bowling. What are you waiting for? Let's roll. Bowl & Barrel, 8084 Park Lane, Dallas.
Welcome back. Our last spot takes popular trends in cuisine and pairs them with healthy living, and it won't deprive a healthy body of great flavors.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Delator. I'm the general manager here at True Food Kitchen in Preston Center Plaza in University Park. Please come by and see us. True Food Kitchen is globally inspired food. It's just really fresh, sustainable food. We use antibiotic-free chicken. When available, we get locally grown organic vegetables. We follow the standards of the Dirty Dozen, so if it's on the Dirty Dozen list, we will not use anything unless it's organic. We offer a full bar, wine, liquor, and beer. We do make our own soda. We have a house-made sparkling tea that changes with every season. And then we also have our fresh pressed juices. And then we do have craft cocktails, and then great wine lists. A lot of them are organic and sustainable wines. I would say it's very energetic. The place is full all times of the day. Describe the food as just craveable. People get the misconception that it's a health restaurant, and that's not what we like to base everything off. It's just really, really great food that happens to be good for you and just really, really get your body in the right direction.
let's talk about True Food Kitchen. Is it truly good food?
I think it's amazing food, yeah.
What do you usually get when you go there?
So you know what, I've tried something different every time I've been there. So I've tried a bunch of stuff, and all of it I thought was really good. I like going someplace where the food tastes really good and you feel good about what you're eating, and when there's kale in your martini, how can you go wrong, right?
Ooh, kale in your martini. So everything is obviously healthy when in eating there. What are some of the things on the menu that you've tried that you've really liked?
Okay, so there's a vegetable crudité appetizer that the first time I saw it, I had to take a picture of because it was so pretty, but it was also delicious, very farm to table kind of thing. And then my favorite is the tuna sliders, though. The ahi tuna sliders are amazing, and they're like perfect bite size and super fresh. And but I've tried a lot of things there, and
you've liked it all.
It, yeah.
Sean, you had this look like, oh, I wish I would have had the tuna slider.
Yeah, no, that sounded delicious.
What did you have when you went?
We tried the salmon. It was like the salmon dip with little crostinis, I guess.
Okay.
It was more like sort of long slices of crispy pita, but it was really good. It was mixed up with like a Greek yogurt into sort of a pate, and it was really delicious. Yeah.
And what other things did you guys try? Was that the main thing?
So I had the what was it? Eggplant and corn pizza, and I was a little worried about it as we were discussing. I'm a carnivore, no meat. No,
she's like, what are we?
And I'm actually not a huge eggplant fan, but I decided to go ahead and try it because it sounded great, and it really was. I mean, it was fantastic.
Wow.
You don't feel like you're eating healthy food there.
It's one of our places that really has taken that seasonal, super fresh places, and they came from the West Coast. They're based in Arizona, and they really do. Pretty much anyone that's scared of vegetables, they take things when they're at their prime from seasonal, being in season, and just barely touch them, because those vegetables are so good as they are. And True Food, that's one of our only places in Dallas that we have like that. So I'm very glad that they came, and I'm sure, judging by the lines to wait to sit down, everyone else is too. I mean, when I was there for this, there was a guy making the ravioli for that nice dinner service in view, in the kitchen.
Yeah, I like that.
Cutting them out, filling them up, and that's fresh. And they have just great, same thing, vegan, vegetarian, meat eater choices. Everything's nice and light, but extremely tasty, and I'm a big True Food fan.
Now, what did you get when you went there?
I had some things that I hadn't had before. So I got the lettuce tofu cups, which were, they had cashews in them and tofu and scallions, and you kind of wrap them up and eat them with this lettuce, so it's all veg and healthy. And then I got a dessert that was ridiculous. That was this strawberry rhubarb, which is in season now, crisp. It comes fresh, right out of the oven.
It looked amazing.
And I tried to stay away from dairy, so I subbed out the dairy ice cream for the pistachio that they make in-house with just, pistachios and coconut milk. And it was just gorgeous with the green and the red and delicious. I was kind of licking the plate, and it was...
It makes my mouth water, just the explanation of it.
And it's a slightly pricier, but there's good reason. Everything is very fresh, made there right then, and it's all seasonal. And that's, you pay a premium for that, but it's completely worth it, and it's,
All right, I can tell you like it. Let's rate this one, and then tell me what your favorite dishes that you've had there on a scale from 1 to 5.
I'm just going to go ahead and throw out the dessert. It was really wonderful.
Okay.
And I'll say, 4.5.
Excellent. Okay, Sean, how about for you?
I would have to give it a 5. I'm tempted to knock a little bit off.
The carnivore gives it a 5. I love it.
No, it was fantastic. Yeah. And, the only problem is with that fresh menu, because they're always changing it, is we had some friends give us an idea of good things to order.
Right.
None of it was on the menu. So you can't get too attached. But if everything's as good as what we had, then who cares?
No problem.
Excellent. Yeah. Okay, excellent. Obviously, you recommended this.
Yeah.
What would you give it?
No, I'd give it a 5. I think it's great. And I mean, even my mother's gluten intolerant, and so there's a chicken noodle soup, and you would never guess that it's gluten-free. And
excellent.
And also,
really
too,
delicious.
my only half-point deduction, because it is delicious, wonderful, is the location. That's the only downside for me. Is it's parking. It's crazy at lunch that area. At dinner hours. You have to go at an off hour, right? Which is when I go there. But that's the only reason. I wish that they were just in my neighborhood.
Too many people know about it.
All right, great recommendation. Great tips. I love it. Okay. All right, so does one of these dishes sound great to you? Well, when we come back, our restaurant expert Kyle Noonan will teach you how to make your very own version straight from your kitchen. Stay with us.
If you're looking for a truly unique entertainment experience, look no further than Bowl & Barrel, Dallas' only modern American restaurant and tavern complete with 15 state-of-the-art bowling lanes. Whether it's a casual date, a private party, or a corporate event, Bull and Barrel is a great way to spend an afternoon or evening, and the place everyone will be talking about the next day. Great food, great drinks, and great bowling. What are you waiting for? Let's roll. Bull and Barrel, 8084 Park Lane, Dallas.
Welcome to Escondida, my hill country inn on Medina Mountain. It's a place where you can walk in the woods, spend a day in the world-class spa, or just relax by the pool. You'll love the beautiful, spacious rooms, the great food, and the peace and quiet. Come by yourself, with friends, or with that special person in your life. Escondida Resort and Spa. The hard part isn't getting here, it's leaving.
Next week on Local Fare.
Sides are so good in addition to their meats, and I think that what they set out to do, they've nailed.
And it had it all. I walked in, they were playing Otis Redding, which to me is like, check.
Their food is just phenomenal. Consistency is just amazing.
Don't you think that's a mark of a good restaurant too, is where you see things that you want to eat that you don't get the chance to eat, so you go back?
It's all next week on Local Fare.
All right, gang, welcome back. As always, we're coming to you from the beautiful Landmark on Lovers show kitchen, and I'm going to teach you how to make a restaurant quality pizza, just like the pros make at your very own home. So let's get started. So I'm going to take this olive oil and spread it all the way around the edge of this crust, and what that does is that gives a nice golden brown color without letting the dough burn in the oven. And there's been plenty of nights where I have covered the whole thing with olive oil, hit a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, put it in the oven, and that's all you need to do. But we're gonna take it all the way to pizza level. So we're gonna take a little bit of pizza sauce. Now I make this in-house. You can buy the store-bought stuff again, but I recommend just go ahead and whip it up in-house. It's not that hard. And the key here, when you spread this pizza sauce on there, less is more. You don't want a whole lot of pizza sauce because it ends up being a pool of sauce where all the ingredients will slide off. So about 2.5 to 3 tablespoons is plenty. Get a nice even spread there. And now we're going to start getting the other ingredients to the party. I like to take some oregano, spread that around. A little bit of thyme. And red pepper of the crushed dried variety to give it a little heat. You can leave that off if you're going to serve this to the kiddos. Now, why do we do the herbs first? We do them because we're going to put the cheese on top, and that way they don't burn in the oven. Now let's talk about the good stuff. I've got 3 cheeses to serve with this. We've got your standard pecorino, good Italian flavor, some Monterey Jack cheese, and then of course mozzarella. You can't have a good pizza without good mozzarella. And again, not too much. A lot of times we like to think that extra cheese, extra sauce is good, but you really don't need as much as you think. So at this point, we've got our standard cheese pizza, and this is where you can add some different ingredients like asparagus, chicken. In this case, True Foods Kitchen does a wonderful eggplant and corn vegetarian pizza. So that's what we're gonna do. I've taken some eggplant, pre-sliced it to about an 1/8 inch slice, just so you get a nice even cook. And then some fresh corn. Go with the fresh corn. It has a nice sweetness and a nice crunch. Just kind of spread it all around. Put as much as you like on there. Again, I don't like to go too heavy on my ingredients because I really want to be able to taste everything. I don't want one ingredient to overpower all of them. And then we're going to go straight to the oven. All right, so we're going to pop this in the hot box. Now, I've already had it preheated at 350 degrees, and I have a pizza stone in there heating up with it, which will help get the bottom side of that crust nice and crispy. Now I like to treat it with a little bit of cornmeal. Just hit a little bit of cornmeal on top of that pizza stone. That way your pizza doesn't stick to it and it's easy to get out at the back end. So we'll slide that pizza right on that and pop it in the oven for about 7 minutes, maybe 10. When it's done, it should be a nice golden crispy pizza. So it's been about 10 minutes. Let's check it out and see how we're doing. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Let's go ahead and grab that. I like to use a large fish spatula. Slide it onto our cutting board. Close our hot box. Now we're gonna let this cool. This thing is smoking hot. We'll let it cool for a few minutes, cut into it, taste it, see how we did. Now let's go ahead and cut into it and see how we did. This is looking good and it smells amazing. You can smell the roasted eggplant and the corn, the cheese coming together, all 3 kinds of cheeses. Oh yeah, that's what pizza's all about. Hot, crunchy crust, delicious gooey cheese, it's awesome. So that's all we have this week. If you would like to be a guest on Local Fare, visit us on our website at www.localfaredfw.com or check us out on Facebook or Twitter. As always, thanks for joining us and remember to get out and enjoy your local fare.